Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Gina Bartier.
And I'm Byron Scott. Well, the search is on for two remaining gunmen who tried to pull a Brinks truck heist this morning. The incident happened here just before 9:30 at the Capital One Bank branch on the 6400 block of East West Highway. Investigators say three gunmen attempted to rob an employee with Brinks Armored Security. Investigators also say an undercover Brinks employee who was following the vehicle shot at least one of the suspects, who was hospitalized.
One suspect has been transported to a local hospital and is in critical but stable condition. Two other suspects remain at large. The Hyattsville Police Department and our partners here at the local, state, and federal level are actively following leads, and we are looking for two additional suspects and two vehicles. One of those vehicles is a four-door black Lexus with no front tag, front end damage, and a Maryland temporary tag on the back. And a second vehicle is a black, either four-door or two-door Honda.
Anyone with information on the whereabouts of the other two suspects is asked to contact police.
Meantime, two suspects charged with the murder of a man at a Super 8 motel appeared before a judge today. The judge ordered that Kemonte Day and Christopher Jenkins be held in jail without bond. They're accused in a robbery that went wrong and led to the death of two men in that Camp Springs hotel last Wednesday. The investigation reveals that Day was a mastermind behind the robbery.
Kemonte Day and Christopher Jenkins were both held without bond in the double homicide that occurred at the Super 8 Motel on Allentown Road. This is a very serious crime, one that really has affected not only families but the community. And so we are committed to seeking justice in this case. We are pursuing all leads in this case. The investigation is ongoing. But at this time, one of the defendants in this case is, alleged to have set up this particular incident, which of course had tragic results.
One suspect, Karan Moore, died during the shooting that also claimed the life of robbery victim Xavier Matthews. Well, officials say a woman is dead after a vehicle crashed into a Montgomery County bus stop. The collision happened around midnight near New Hampshire Avenue and Glenside Drive in Tacoma Park. Police say the vehicle left the roadway and destroyed a bus stop before coming to a rest in the brush. Responding officers found an injured woman along the road. She was pronounced dead at the scene.
And the Maryland delegate reacts to the recent Supreme Court ruling on affirmative action. The High Court ruling last week that using race as a factor in the admissions process violates the Constitution. The 6-3 decision ended race-based affirmative action in higher education nationwide. Delegate Kevin Harris says it will be up to state lawmakers to ensure diversity on college campuses.
We are still in the process of waiting for the AG to come back to us on our do's and don'ts. Because at the end of the day, we are going to follow the law, but our job is to see what we can do to create new legislation moving forward. And we obviously we can't do that in a vacuum, right? We will need, and that's where the community comes into place, right? The advocates comes into place, right? Those people have ideas, thoughts, and we need to bring them as well to the table.
And you're watching CTV News. I'm Gina Bartier.
And I'm Byron Scott. Coming up tomorrow is the 4th of July, which means more fireworks. Safety reminders. We'll have more details in a bit. Stay tuned.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell many things. Risk, if they're taken by someone they weren't prescribed for. Harm, if accidentally taken by a child or a pet. And overdose, if they're not used as directed. They may be hiding in your home, in bathrooms, kitchens, or anywhere. Why put your family at risk? Safely dispose of opioids before they can do harm. The best thing is to find a drug take-back option, such as medicine drop-off boxes, mail-back programs, or home disposal products. If there isn't a take-back location near you, check the FDA's flush list. Medicines on the flush list may be especially dangerous if they are used by children, pets, or others in your home. No take-back location nearby and your medicine isn't on the flush list? You can dispose of it in the trash. Get more information on safe opioid disposal and remove the risk.
A one-man crime spree terrorizes Prince George's County and D.C. 22-year-old Dayon Ross has been arrested in connection with 4 back-to-back carjackings, a murder, and the shooting deaths of 2 dogs. Officers first responded to Capitol Heights at around noon yesterday. Police say Ross crashed a stolen vehicle and tried then to carjack a 56-year-old man who he shot to death. Police say Ross stole yet another vehicle with 3 dogs inside, 2 of which he allegedly shot and killed. Ross then allegedly stole another car and exchanged gunfire with police before being taken into custody. He awaits extradition to Prince George's County. A rising cost means many low-income Marylanders are struggling to get basic necessities such as food and housing. The organization United for Alice released a report recently showing that household essentials in the state have increased about 3% every year since 2007. A local family of 4 using child care would need to earn more than $93,000 annually. In Montgomery County, it will cost more than $110,000. The group puts out its annual Alice Essentials Index, which stands for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, Employed. The index also shows that wages have not kept up.
And we have developed these measures defining ALICE. So technically, ALICE households are those that live above the federal poverty level, but below the bare minimum budget to live and work in the modern economy. So just the basics of housing, childcare, food, transportation, healthcare, and a smartphone plan. And this, Metro DC community in particular, everything from really expensive housing to inflation around food and transportation. And then heaven forbid you have a medical, a chronic condition or accident.
For more information, go to unitedforalice.org.
Well, Byron, tomorrow is July 4th, which means Americans across the country will be celebrating with fireworks. But Prince George's County fire officials want to remind you that as you celebrate, all fireworks are illegal in the county.
Simply put, like Prince George's County, Montgomery County, Baltimore City is a zero fireworks. Everything is illegal in those jurisdictions. Kids and teenagers that's less than about 16-year-olds, just let them just be spectators. Let's not put fireworks into their hands. If people see the use of illegal fireworks, then there's 2 ways that they can report it without calling 911. We do not want them to call 911 just because someone is shooting out fireworks, whether it's in a park or in the yard. The event that those fireworks are being used as a weapon, where they're shooting them at people or shooting them in the cars or even shooting them into the window, then that would be considered emergency, and we would want you to call 911 for that.
Now, this does not mean that you can't enjoy the festivities. Public fireworks displays will be held at Fort Washington Park, Six Flags, and at the National Mall.
And if you're looking for a stress-free way to travel during the holiday, Metro has you covered. Metro Rail, Bus, and Access will be free tomorrow, beginning at 5 p.m. Free rides will be provided to the National Mall and other July 4th celebrations throughout the region. Signs advertising the free fares have been posted throughout the system. The free rides will end when Metro closes.
Drive safe and designate a sober driver. That's a safety reminder from Maryland State Police as we begin the 4th of July holiday. Officials ask that you think ahead if you're going to be out celebrating and drinking. State Police say to designate a driver or use a ride share. Meantime, if you travel the busy Route 301 corridor in the Bowie area, you'll face traffic delays this week. The State Highway Administration is beginning a safety and resurfacing project. The $4 million project begins after the 4th of July holiday. The resurfacing area runs from Route 214 to Excalibur Road. The road work will occur Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And you're watching CTV News.
Coming up, your Monday Sports Page report.
Stay tuned.
Please.
Life is a journey, and you are starting to realize what choices you have ahead. This path you are on is the road to your future. Today's decisions help you discover your tomorrow. Every decision you make, even the smallest ones, will shape your life and the person you become in ways that you can't predict. Everyone has to forge their own way and choose their future. Choose wisely.
See tracks? Think train. Visit oli.org to learn more.
Well, sports news tonight. Gina, the Orioles begin a big series in New York tonight after getting big news on the All-Star game. For the first time in years, the Orioles have 4 players selected for the MLB All-Star contest. And if you're a fan, Gina, you know their names: Rutschman, Bautista, Cano, and Hayes. Manager Brandon Hyde says he's proud of his guys.
So it's Rutschman, Bautista, Cano, Hayes. How about that? So cool. So to be able to tell, we had a team meeting this morning, and it was my pleasure to let those guys know. All 4 great stories, and super proud of all of those guys.
It's very exciting. I think it just goes into all the work that I did this offseason and the adjustments that I made, being able to come in and just be very consistent in the first half this year and just be noticed for the work that I've done and just being a part of what this organization stands for and being a winning ball club now and just being a big piece of that.
Seguía trabajando, seguía dando lo mejor de mí para tratar de llegar.
Well, honestly, I didn't really have it in mind until 2-3 weeks ago once people started talking about it and bringing it up to me. And then, I was like, well, it seems like a good possibility. So, honestly, just focusing on working hard, and then I really thought that it was possible.
Being an All-Star is an unbelievable honor. The fact that it's in the Northwest at Safeco Field, first big league stadium I've ever went to, means a lot as well. So definitely a blessing.
And after beating the Twins yesterday, the Orioles take on the Yankees tonight at 7:05.
Some early fireworks for the Washington Nationals. The Nats scored a big win over the Phillies yesterday thanks to Stone Garrett. Garrett hit a grand slam home run to power Washington to a 5-4 win. The Nats have the worst record in the National League East, Byron, but they've been playing well lately. They took the series against the Phillies with a win yesterday and went 6-3 on their recent road trip. Okay, keep it up, keep it up. Let's take a quick check on our 3-day weather forecast tonight. Showers and thunderstorms with a low near 71. Mostly sunny and possible storms throughout the rest of the week with a high around 89 on Tuesday and a high near 90 on both Wednesday and Thursday.
Thanks for the weather forecast, Gina. And now for the community calendar. For all cat lovers out there, the Bowie Citizens for Local Animal Welfare, or CLAW, have the event just for you. They'll be hosting a kitten named Cat Adoption. It'll be held this Saturday, July 8th from noon to 3 p.m. at the Bowie Petco. For more information about the kittens and cats, visit the website on your screen. And that's our news tonight. I'm Byron Scott with Gina Barty. Thank you.
Good night.
Wounded Warrior Project helped me find the strength to go further than I ever thought possible.
I was able to come out of my shell and really connect with others.
So I can feel like part of a team, part of the community again.
It's possible to live better.
It's possible to have a voice and to be heard.
To feel understood.
To find peace.
Because I've experienced firsthand that anything is possible.